right, this next one is for Christina. So in addition to the reviewing process, JNR is also quite unique in that it requires something called a transparency in science form when you are submitting a paper. It can be a little bit tedious to fill out, especially if a manuscript is almost ready to be submitted. So kind of a, advice from you, how can authors make this easier for their team when filling out that form?
I think I'm the wrong one to ask for, because every time so I submitted, I think, one paper or two to JNR, and I was lucky. One of them was a commentary, so I didn't need the transparency form. I usually do not check them. I'm bad. And I actually had Eric asking me to, calling me and telling me how to fill it out, because I couldn't understand it. I just wrote a bunch of X's. But no, it's in a way it's great, because, so as you know, we enforce certain things at JNR. One of them is the sex differences or the usage of animals, so the sample. And it's good if you want to have, so I don't think this one has to be submitted with the paper the first time. You can submit it, by the end, once the paper is in minor revision. I didn't know either, but you can do that. So for your next paper, now you know that. That it's very important for the stats, for the statistical part. So it makes it easier for us to check the stats. I think once you learn it, it's easy. And now I actually learn to appreciate having that. But usually I check it by the end when the paper is almost accepted. Yeah, that's, I don't know how to make it easier, because I'm bad at it. So
I guess I'm the bad editor, because I'll be the ones checking it out and say, hey, you did not address this. But I do think it does allow the authors to make sure that all of the components that we find important for the transparent reporting of your methods, that those are included in your paper as well as your results. So I do kind of ask authors to address certain things in their papers. Were there any outliers? How were they handled? Again, because these are some of the things that will help with the reproducibility of our research. So I guess I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, I think I adore Dr. McCarthy, the stats editor, because he checks all of them. I adore him. He's fantastic. He always tells me when one of them is now proper. The other thing of the transparent things is great, because sometimes we get paper that have been reviewed by other journals and they get transferred to us. And these things of the transparent reviewing at the transparent form allow us know if we like the paper and we think the paper is solid and the authors responded to all, address the comments. Sometimes we, with the help of the associate editor, it's easy for us to, push that paper through without going again through the entire review process. So that helps. It can be helpful for the authors. Yeah, but sorry, chose the wrong editor-in-chief. You should have asked Paula.
Well, I'm glad the editors also struggle with that, because when I submitted a paper, it was like sort of a race to the finish, and we're really trying to get it done. And then we had this transparency in science forum, and we're like, oh man, this is going to take the whole afternoon to figure out. But similar to submission process, what are the editors expecting from the cover letter that we submit alongside our manuscripts?
So in this case, I don't know if I am the bad editor or not, but there are instances where I do look at the cover letter. I look at a cover letter if I see a authenticate score of 90+%. And I do anticipate that authors would at least disclose in their cover letter that their paper has been published as a preprint. And so in those instances, I definitely look for look at the cover letter. So what we're looking for is just, a brief overview of the paper, just some statements that, about whether the fact that all authors have seen and approved the work, that it's not being considered for publication elsewhere, and any type of funding sources. And in some cases, authors may go an extra mile and say, I would like this particular editor to review the paper. I don't say that very frequently, but in those cases, we try to honor, if it's appropriate, some of those requests. But overall, it's just the general information that everybody should have, just stating the requirements for any type of publication or submission.